Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. What'd you think of that snazzy little intro? I asked my daughter Alex if she would help me create an intro for my YouTube videos. So she's been working on a few different ideas and it's not finished yet, but I love where it's headed. And today I'm excited to be a part of a 50,000 subscriber celebration video hop for It's Me, JD. And I have a fun project to share with you. This card is featuring the Big Birthday Greetings stamp set by Simon Says Stamp. So what I'm going to do is take this cutie patootie little candle right here from the Big Birthday Greetings stamp set. I'm going to emboss that about 10 times. I know, sounds crazy, but I'm crazy. So I've got some Neenah Solar White cardstock. I rub it down with the magic powder bag. I always like to do that when I emboss. Ink up the image with Versamark ink, and then I'm pouring on some Simon Says Stamp clear embossing powder. Now normally you would heat this with the heat gun right now, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep on stamping until I have all my candles stamped, and then I'll do the heat gun one time at the end. That's what you call being thrifty and nifty. So I'm trying to be careful not to smudge up my previously inked up and powdered up candle. You know, probably if I just used an acrylic block and stamped them, I could like stamp, 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 pour on the powder. It might be quicker, but I've become so reliant on my MISTI to give me even pressure. I feel like I just get the best results when I stamp with the MISTI. I don't know. I've gotten just, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I actually end up doing 2 panels of these candles because I wasn't sure how many I'd need. And I just knew I needed enough to give myself a nice little rainbow assortment of candles. So I'm heating them all up with the heat gun, melting that clear embossing powder. I'm just going to quickly trim these apart. I thought this would be easier when I go to ink blend, that I don't have to worry about mixing the colors up. I only want 1 color per candle. Thought this might be easier. I don't know if it is easier. Sometimes I think I'm making my life easier and I actually make it more complicated. You ever do that? Anywho, first color, Candied Apple Distress Ink, my favorite bright red in all the land. First I lay down a nice even coat and then I try to make it darker on the bottom, because it just gives that vibrancy that I love. And then the next one is Worn Lipstick. I'm going through all my favorite colors, trying to get a little nice rainbow candle assortment. And like I always say, any inks work beautifully. Any. I'm telling you, doesn't matter the name, the color, the brand. Pigment, dye, hybrid. If you like the color, grab it, blend it, love it. That's what I say. And then, you know, the other day I tried one of the brand new. Well, they're not brand new. They've been around a while. I'm just late to the party. Like usual, the life-changing blending brushes by Picket Fence. And I tell you what, I died, went to heaven, came back. That's how amazing they are. But I don't think they'll completely replace my sponges like I'm using now. For little jobs like this, you know, when you want to get in the nitty-gritty, I'm going to pull out a sponge. But I will say, if you want a soft, subtle, dreamy background that kind of fades into white, I mean, the blending brushes knocked my socks off. And I've heard some people say you can get them cheaper somewhere else, work just as good. I don't know, haven't tried them. But these ones were beautiful. I took the coordinating candle die cut all the candles. I've got a white card base. I'm going to lay out all these candles and get them arranged how I want them to go. I fiddle and futz around with these, and then I take some Post-it tape, tape them all together like so, flip them over upside down, and then I can put the foam tape on each one and they all stay lined up how they're supposed to be, and then you can adhere them to the card at once. Now for the foam tape, I'm using these foam tape strips. You can use whatever foam tape you have, but these are nice because they're skinny enough to fit behind the candles just like that, so I don't have to do any trimming, except for they're a little bit longer than they need to be. So any of the little excess I put behind the little flames. And so it just pops on nice and quick like that. These foam tape strips are by Darice, and I get those at Simon Says Stamp, but they're great for shaker cards too. And then once I get all the foam tape on there, peel off the backing, I can lift up all the candles and center them on the card. Get it just where I want them to go. Bada boom, peel off the Post-it tape, and the last little candle did not stick. Just act like you didn't see that, because normally that works like a charm. Then now for a sentiment, I'm using the Simple Sentiments 2 stamp set designed by Kathy Zilski. I'm going to emboss this sentiment in white onto some black cardstock. I'm using Simus' Stamp white embossing powder. And I love this sentiment because it's just something kind of different. It says, "So glad you were born." And then I'm taking one of the sentiment label dies to die cut the sentiment out. That way it's perfectly centered. I'll trim off the sides. I put on more of that foam tape on the back, and I'll pop this up right in the middle of the candles. Now I could stop right there, but I'm not gonna. I mean, anytime you can zhuzh it up, you know, that's what I say, zhuzh it if you can. I did some glossy accents right there on the tippies of the flames. And this card is finished, clean, simple, colorful. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure and leave a comment if you want to be entered into the 50,000 subscriber giveaway. More information in my description. Check out the rest of the video hop. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.